Welcome to Currently Adore, a virtual discussion hub for C-Drama and C-Entertainment fans. Today, I'll be giving a spoiler-free review of The Love Equations. The Love Equations is a college drama that follows Zhou Xiao, a mystery enthusiast, and her eventual relationship with forensic student Zhao Fanzhou. It's the third installment in the Zhi Wo Men series. So, first my opinions on the relationships. The two main relationships in this drama were the aforementioned one between the leads, as well as a secondary one between their roommates, Zulu, an art major, and Yixing, a badminton star. I'm just going to touch on the pairings briefly because honestly I don't have super strong opinions on them, which I guess might sound kind of weird because this drama focuses so heavily on the romance aspect. But to try and sum up how I felt, the pairings were okay enough that I wanted to see what would happen next, but by the end I didn't feel any particularly strong attachment to either of them. I know for Zhou Xiao and Zhao Fanzhou specifically, a good number of people were saying that they had no chemistry. I don't think I would go that far because they did have some cute moments, but I can understand where the criticism is coming from. Some of their interactions definitely didn't feel as natural as some couples in other shows that I've seen before. As for Xiaolu and Yixing, they had sweet moments as well, but what Yixing did right before they started dating was questionable, to say the least. So some of my general likes. I really enjoyed the overall lightheartedness and fast pace of this show, especially in the first 2/3. I started watching right when quarantine was beginning, so it was a breezy, entertaining escape. I also loved Zhou Xiao's friendship with her roommates. They all had a really genuine and comfortable dynamic, and they were just believable as real friends. Zhou Xiao and Zhao Fanzhou's interactions with each other's parents were great because they were either very heartwarming or very funny. Hu Zhao was the ultimate wingman, and the little "I love so beautiful, put your head on my shoulders" Easter eggs were super sweet touches as well. Some of my general dislikes. The last third of the show was a bit of a letdown for me personally. I wouldn't say every single moment or episode was terrible, but I think the ways in which they executed and concluded a lot of the storylines during this part were either really frustrating or just underwhelming. My least favorite part of this whole drama was how they dragged out Jia Chun's involvement in Zhou Xiao and Zhao Fanzhou's relationship. It's made clear from the start that Jia Chun, Zhao Fanzhou's childhood neighbor, had liked him for a long time, but he never reciprocated her feelings. And I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say she really ramped up her level of pettiness and conniving in the latter end of this drama. While I don't think love triangles are inherently terrible, this is an example of my least favorite type. The second female lead's sole purpose is to be an obligatory obstacle in the main lead's relationship. She's 2D, overly attached, and insufferable. This trope is so overdone and just annoying to watch. Can we please just leave it behind? I also didn't love how a lot of the characters, especially the more major ones, were so stagnant. Like Jia Chun, Zhou Xiao, and Yixing lacked development. I'm not saying the other characters were perfect, but they all generally went through situations that taught them some sort of lesson, but by the end, Zhou Xiao and Yixing maybe toned down their behavior a little bit, but they still lacked a lot of self-awareness. I didn't hate them, and low-key found their inability to read situations entertaining sometimes, but I still feel like it was kind of a missed opportunity for some character growth. Also, last thing, episode 17, literally just skip it. It's a pointless, misunderstanding plotline handled so poorly. Other than bringing out the worst in some of the characters, it contributes basically nothing to the overall story. This is very much a side note, but I found it amusing the sheer amount of shameless product placement in this drama. Like, it truly rivals Meteor Garden level blatant. There were literally moments written into the script so the characters could talk about face masks or like this cold remedy powder stuff. I don't know, I feel like if you've seen a couple C-dramas, you're probably already familiar with this product placement, but when it's this obvious, it still makes me laugh. So, to conclude, I have to acknowledge that I'm kind of bitter because a lot of the last few episodes didn't leave a great impression on me. However, if I go back to my mindset a few months ago when I first started watching, I did have a lot more positive things to say about this drama. Still, at the end of the day, while it's generally an okay show, it's really not a must-watch in my opinion because there are definitely better dramas in this same genre. If you look to the previous two in the sister series, they're a great place to start. I would especially recommend Put Your Head on My Shoulder if you want a show that, like The Love Equations, is mostly set during college and has a sort of similar, but kind of better in my opinion, relationship dynamic. But if you're someone like me that's already seen A Love So Beautiful and Put Your Head on My Shoulder and are thinking of checking this one out for the sake of like series loyalty, curiosity, I completely get that too. Hopefully this review helped temper expectations a little and makes the watch a little more enjoyable. That's all I have for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!